Today, we're going to build your personal portfolio on Salesforce. We will be completing the Trailhead project and earning a badge. And at the end, we're going to view some other portfolio examples, which is that second link I put in the chat. And we'll take a look at theirs and we'll see what they did, how they changed it up a little bit. And honestly, mine's probably the worst out of all of them on there. And then at the end, we'll wrap up, we'll answer questions, and we'll hand out the discount code. So if you're going to sign up for any saasguru programs, I'll give you a discount code to use. All right, next. A little bit about me. I was a teacher for 12 years. I taught physical education and health prior to Salesforce, and I transitioned about 13, 14 months ago, something like that. And I found out about Salesforce in 2019. I didn't get certified for over a year, which is a really long time because I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't have a saasguru to teach me what to study, really. I was just kind of doing it in Trailhead on my own. And I landed my first Salesforce role in June 2021. And this is going to be updated next week. I'm going to have my second Salesforce role in October 2022. So I'm actually moving companies starting next Monday. I've earned 5 certifications in the past year. Still in the past year, because it was like a couple of days into October through June, I earned 5 more certifications. And my Service Cloud cert, I used saasguru to study for. That one, and it was a success. What is saasguru? It helps supercharge your Salesforce certification. This is basically the main dashboard here. And the very first thing you do is take a practice test. And on this practice test, they score you. And if you see like under here, you can kind of read it. All the different topics in the test, they grade you on. And your readiness score to take the certification test is right here. And it kind of tailors your learning based on that first pre-test, I guess you could call it. All the lessons for that cert are short. I think the longest one I've seen is 20 minutes. Some are 5, some are 10, some are 15. Some have videos, some are just text-based. And they share the links to Trailhead for the related topics. So you're kind of reading it or watching the video, and then you're going to Trailhead, and it kind of complements each other. It's also gamified down in the bottom corner of your dashboard. You can earn badges, have friends, study with groups. There's nudges, and the challenges are really cool. They do hackathons that are like worldwide. You basically take a practice test and see how well you score against everyone else in the world. I did one of them, and I think I got top 50, but that was a while back when there wasn't as many people here. So if I took it again, I definitely would not be top 50. And my favorite part is the community. And it's mostly the Slack channel that I like. There is also content. I would call that their blog and their main website. They have some stuff there. The live classes, like you're in now. And if you do have your saasguru account, the live classes, it's not on this picture, but over on this side, there is a link you click and it says live classes. And that will allow you to search all the previous webinars and recordings. Okay. There's mentoring. There's also a tab over here for mentors. I don't think it's on this picture. But there is one where you can get one-on-one help if you need it. And there's projects as well. And the ultimate goal is the career. And you can even work with saasguru. That's how I'm working with them now. I kind of reached out to them early on when they were new. And that's how I'm helping you guys. And like I said, saasguru itself is good, but you also want to use Trailhead as well. So it kind of works in concert with each other to help you get that certification. All right, I'm going to kind of speed through this. There are certification vouchers that they give out as prizes to some of the challenges they do, the hackathons. And it's not the top score person gets it. So there's no need to cheat on it. It's if you take the hackathon, you're kind of registered in a drawing. So you could win one. Product tips and updates on their blog, live classes and webinars. That's what we're doing now. 24/7 help from the gurus. I'm one of them, and I'm on the Slack channel like all day, every day. I never log out of it, even when I'm asleep. So the Slack community is huge. There's 12,000 people in it, or over 12,000. And also don't forget, check them out on LinkedIn as well. All right, let's get this rolling. All right, so hopefully you all clicked on the first link, and I'm going to put it in there again. If the first link, it'll take you to Trailhead. Okay. I want to do this in Chrome, actually. Or actually, we can do it here. This is the project we're going to go through. So let's click into the first one. Hopefully you're all logged in. And we're not going to read through the whole page or anything like that, because I took all this stuff and simplified it. And at the end of each slide, you're going to be able to click this verify step and pass it. Okay. So we're not actually going to be looking at this. If you want to go back and read through some of this stuff, I would recommend that. But we're going to kind of focus on the slides. All right. And I'm going to kind of build a brand new site with you guys right now. So in setup, we're going to go to digital experience and settings. Okay, so I don't need this open. So over here, I always just type in digital because it's the only thing that pops up. And settings first. We have to enable it. I already have it enabled, but you guys, there's a checkbox where you have to check off enable experience. Okay, I already did it, so it's going to look a little bit different from you. Okay. So once you check that box, and I believe click OK, it should look like this, and that's kind of what we're going for. Oops. And you need to enter a unique domain name. Okay, like my URL. Let's see, I put, where is it? Let's see. So my URL is Brandon Van Galder -developer edition.na172force.com/portfolio. And I can't use that one ever again if I create a new one. Okay. I'm never, ever going to be able to use that again. All right. I'm kind of jumping ahead a little bit. When you enter your unique domain name, you can click the like verify button to verify it's like available. If it's already being used, it'll give you like a red warning label. So make sure you enter one that is unique. And to be honest with you, what we're building today, this might just be your practice portfolio where you learn how to do this stuff. And then you can go back and make a better one later once we learn all our tips and tricks. Okay, so I kind of would recommend that. So you don't necessarily have to use this one we're using. And you can always use a new dev org and build a new one anyway. All right, so step 2, we need to go to setup, digital experiences. We're already there. Click on the all sites button. And now we're going to make a new site. So I already have 2 here, and we're going to click this new button. Okay. And the one we're going to use is the customer account portal. Okay, that's what it is telling us in the Trailhead. So we're going to use that one because I think they verify it in the challenge. So if you use something different, you might not actually earn the badge and get through the first step. So if you kind of go through here, you can scroll down, customer account portal. That's the one we want. So click on it and then just click get started. and you enter your name. So your URL is already here. And then you're adding the little tag at the end. My first one was portfolio. So I'm going to say demo portfolio and click create. Takes a little bit to get going. So as it's going, that is all we're doing on that first part of the project. So if you actually go back to Trailhead, you'll see we went to setup, we turned on digital experiences, we entered a unique name. Okay, and then we created the new customer account portal. It says, oh, actually, you guys might have to use portfolio for yours. I think I put that on the slide. And then once it's created, it might take a second. We'll click down here. All right. So should be through challenge 1. Complete the first step of the project on Trailhead. You should pass. If we're not passing, can you guys throw it in the chat? Let me know if there's an error. Doesn't look like it. Maybe a thumbs up if we did pass it, so I know we can move on. Thumbs up. All right. So as long as you put portfolio in there and you use customer account portal, I think we're good. Going on to the next one. The next challenge in Trailhead is customize our site. So next one, customize your site. Again, I would recommend going back and reading through this. Okay. And actually, we do need to download something. So in Trailhead, click here, and we're going to download this image. Or if you have a picture of yourself, that'll work too. Okay, I'm just going to use this one. I'm going to right click, I think. Why is it not letting me download it? Okay, I can't download that for some reason. I'm going to use some other image I have on my computer, so it's going to look weird. But when you download it, you want to save it as portfolio header. Okay. What I've used in the past, and you'll see in my portfolio, is a kind of a LinkedIn header image, and that's about the same size, and it works, and it fills up most of it. But these are the pixels sizes you would want if you were going to like make a custom one or something like that. Okay. We're going to go to the builder section from Workspace. You can go here to builder, or I'm just going to go back and show you from regular setup. So in regular setup, when you see your list of sites, there is a link for builder. So demo portfolio here, I can just click builder right here and it'll take me to the same spot. So this is where you do all your work, essentially. Okay, this is where we build out our site. So what we're going to do, we're going to delete the current header image, and we're going to upload our new header image. Okay. And we're going to add text if needed, and then we're just going to take a look at it and see what it looks like. So current header image right here. Okay, you can click edit content. And that's a picture. So if you click on it, it should change colors. And I should be able to delete it. So if I click delete, it goes away. That's what we want. And then you click this little image button. This allows you to upload whatever you want. I have some stuff in my asset library, but I'm going to just upload something. Let's see. Like I have an old, these are old LinkedIn banners that I have. There we go. Let's update with that one. So your image, though, and the one we downloaded was just a picture and it didn't fill up the whole space. It was like a picture of a person. So if you have something big, it'll take up the whole space. If not, let me demo that too. Here we go. Like if I just have my profile picture, right? Off to the side, I can add text here. Okay. And it's rich text, so you can make it all sorts of different sizes. Okay, and you can add whatever text you want. Okay, so it's pretty customizable. All right, so you should have an image in there. Okay, if you needed to add text, and if we look at their picture, it says my online portfolio. So you can add that in there if you'd like. So once you add anything or you want to test anything, you always can click this preview button to see what it would look like in real life. So that's kind of plain. I am going to add the text here. Oops, cap locks is on. That works. And I'm going to make it huge. Okay, not that huge. There we go. So I'm going to leave it like that. All right. So for the rest of this, this part of the project on Trailhead, it's showing us how we can change different colors. So if we go to the left side of our builder and click on this little, I don't know, paintbrush or pen, it allows us to change colors. So let's take a look. Click the theme button, go to colors. And these are the generic kind of Salesforce ones that are preset up. But if you want to change the text color to red, you could, to kind of match maybe what's in your image or whatever. If you want to change the detailed text, so that would be like other things. Sometimes the text will be different colors. Action color, if you're going to click on something or hover on something. Link colors like hyperlinks will be that blue, and you can change this. You can customize it however you want. I'm going to leave it where it's at. I believe some of our examples, the people change the colors because they have quite unique pages. Also over there is on the theme tab is a languages. So let's take a look at that. I've never added anything to this. Let's see, theme settings, I believe. Do not see that. Let's see here. Okay, where is it saying? Where is it saying the languages is? Oh, it's in the settings tab. All right, so settings, languages, there you go. All right, default language is US always, but you can add languages to your pages. I've never done this, but if you know people from certain parts of the world are going to come and look at your pages, you can add in whatever you want. And all you have to do is click it, click arrow, and then it can translate stuff into that language. I'm not going to do that, but you could if you'd like to. So that is there for you to customize. That's all the work we need to do is just add our header image essentially. And we're going to publish the changes now. So to publish our changes, all you have to do is click this publish button and then click publish again. And this takes a little bit. And you usually get an email in a couple minutes saying that it's done. So it usually takes a couple minutes. So you can try clicking the verify step here now, or just wait a little bit. Okay. All right. Our next, and we can start working on this next one, and we can go back and verify that previous step. The next thing we're going to do is add more pages to our site, because all we have now currently is the home page. And to create pages, we click on the gear icon at the top left. It should say home right here, and then there's a gear. And then we're going to click new page, and we're going to click a standard page. So up here in your home, the gear. Let's see. And then you want to click this blue, I'm going to make this full screen. There we go. This new page button. And we're going to say about me. We're going to do standard page and then flexible layout. This gives us the most flexibility of how we want to customize our pages. And we're going to call it about me. And you shouldn't have to worry about any of this other stuff. Should autofill. And then just click next. Okay, so now it takes us to our about me section or page. And I'm just going to close out of this. This is where you can change. Do you want it all one column? Do you want split columns, triple, quadruple? Okay. And what's cool about this is you can kind of squeeze one, make it bigger, make the other one smaller. We're not going to worry about that right now. And you can go back and change it later. So I'm just going to close that. I have an about me page, and we have to repeat this 2 more times. And we're going to make an education page and an experience page. So we're going to do the exact same thing. Click the gear. New page, flexible layout, education, create, and this would take me to my education page. And then I'm going to do another one, standard page, flexible layout. Next, experience. And let me double check. On the third one, I'll make sure it's experience and not something. Okay, yep. So experience and education. Just wanted to make sure in Trailhead, if you spell it wrong, you won't pass the test. It won't go on to the next one. So there we go. We have our 3 pages created. All right. So now what we're going to do is create our navigation. So we have extra pages, but how do we get there? We go back to our home page. There's a tile menu section, and we have to change the default navigation. Okay. So whenever you need to change pages, you just click up here and you can search it or kind of scroll up and down. So I want to go back to my home page. And there's my header. And right below it, this kind of blank area, is our tile menu, and it's a navigation thing. So if you think about your navigation bar up here, it's very similar, except it's going to be bigger tiles. Okay. And I want to select default navigation. And you can see where are these two pages coming from? That's what we have to change right now. Okay. I'm going to click edit default navigation. I'm going to X out of these two. I'm going to remove those. And I'm going to add menu items. So I'm going to type about me, and that's just the label for it. And then what I want to select is site page. And I'm going to pick my new pages that I just created. So I'm going to click about me. And I want to mark it publicly available. This means anybody who comes here and they're not logged in, which no one's going to log into our portfolio, they'll be able to see this basically. So we're going to have to do this for all three. Okay. So I'm going to add another one. Education, site page, education, publicly available. And one more time. Publicly available. If you don't click that, you will be able to see the button here, the tile, but if someone comes to your page, they actually won't be able to see it. So you can see that my navigation changed. I have about me, education, experience. All right, so we can preview it to see what it would look like, and then we're going to publish it and complete that step of the project. So I'm going to click preview. So if any random person came to the website here, actually that's logged in as me, but this is what they'll see. Okay, I have my three kind of boring looking tiles. I see some stuff down here that doesn't really mean anything quite yet. Okay, I'll go back to Builder and I'm going to click publish. All right. So as we're publishing this one, let's go back to Trailhead. Let's go back one step and we'll complete this challenge. So now if you go down here and click it, it should have published that one for us. So we should be good to go here on the second part of the project. So click that. And then we're actually going to jump to the fourth and final part of the experience site. And we'll come back and we'll complete that third challenge. All right. So last part of this, we're going to clean up our home page and we're going to delete any unneeded components. Okay. And then we're going to add some links. And then we're going to preview and publish again and complete that final step and get our badge. All right. So I'm in Builder. I'm getting an error. We're going to refresh my page and see what. I've never seen that before. All right. So I'm back on the home page. I'm going to delete any unneeded components. Okay. So what are some unneeded components here? This record list. I'm not going to share any cases here. I can delete that. Easy, right? The flows one, I don't have any flows I'm going to share with anybody. And these are paused flows to be specific. I'm just going to click the trash can there, delete it. I'm going to leave the quick links here though. So we're going to customize that in just a second. And then something you can do here, if you're going to add something, you want to add something, you can add any of these things. I think the biggest one you would use is rich content editors. You can add images, you can add like hyperlinks, you can add YouTube videos if you have the like the HTML behind it and stuff like that. You can add all sorts of cool stuff here. You can add a calendar, chatter feed, all sorts of things. I just pretty much use rich content editor for everything on mine. And right here, it's just text. It's kind of boring right now, but you can customize that later. What we are going to customize here is these quick links. And you might need to go back and find a link to something, your Trailhead profile, your LinkedIn, something like that. At least get one link and we'll add it in here. So I'm actually going to go to here in Trailhead. If you're logged in, should be easy enough. If you go to your profile, if you click this right here, this little copy button, you can copy it. So I have my URL copied. So what I can do here is replace one of these. My Trailhead profile. So right now it's just text. And if I highlight it and then click the link button here, this will turn it into a hyperlink. And then if I paste my Trailblazer URL, and this you can, if you want it to open in the same tab or a new one, check it, uncheck it, up to you. Click OK. So now that's a link. These are nothing links, I'm guessing, probably don't go anywhere, but you can do your LinkedIn profile, your blog, whatever you have that you want to share with people. And then you just highlight, hyperlink, add your URL there. Pretty easy to do that. And then if you, I think you can even test it from here. Nope. All right. So you added at least one link here just to test it out and see if it works. You can click preview and we can take a look, and this should actually work. And you can kind of see down in the bottom left of my screen, it pops up the URL it's going to take me to. Oh, it's not published yet. That's why. But you can see it would work. Oh, and you see what I did here? I added LinkedIn.com. And if you can look in the bottom left, if I don't add the stuff at the beginning of my URL, it's going to think LinkedIn.com is part of my dev.org site. So I'm going to go back to Builder. All right. We added a link. Let's close that. Get back to our slides. All right. Couple things you want to think about. And I said rich content editor is the best, and it is, but you want to be aware there are limits of what you can add there. One of the example portfolios we're going to go over, she actually reached this limit of 20 megabytes and was unable to continue, and she had to rebuild her portfolio essentially. So she recommended hosting images elsewhere, like in Google Drive, and embed those images in your portfolio. And that doesn't take up any of that storage space. All right. We have to, we already previewed, we need to publish this last step. So let's click publish. Click publish again. And it's going to take a little bit. Meanwhile, we can go back to Trailhead. And we could go to step 3. Complete this step. Verify step 3. Once that goes through, okay, we will come back and verify step 4 in just a second. Our portfolio is built on A, Sales Cloud, B, Community Cloud, C, Experience Cloud, or D, Service Cloud. And yes, that's correct. It is Experience Cloud. Honestly, I still call it Community Cloud 90% of the time. I'm not picky about it. I think people in the ecosystem still call it both at this point, but it's slowly becoming Experience Cloud everywhere. All right. It is an experience site. Yes. All right. Question 2. Oh, this was tricky. I did not tell you. I don't think I told you this. How can you change your domain name? Does anybody know? Is it A, click edit next to domain and setup? B, call Salesforce to change it? C, edit it in Workspace? Or D, edit it in Builder? Yes, it is. It is B. You have to call Salesforce. I mean, you probably can put a ticket in without calling them. But yeah, once you make it and create that URL, there's no going back and changing it. We can't do anything. They have to help us. And honestly, it's probably easier just to create a new site. If you realized your mistake right away, just start over and create a new one. It would be nice if they allowed us to edit it here. But if you think about it, if you have that access to edit it all the time, that can cause more problems in the end. You might edit it too much and you give your website out to a bunch of different people and then you change it. That's not the best user experience. All right, last one. Which component allows you to add content to your page or pages without code? A, rich content editor, B, HTML editor, C, visual force pages, or D, CSS editor? So we're going to look at some example portfolios, and I put a little note under each one of what to kind of look for. And honestly, they're awesome. Mine's probably the worst one, like I said, but let's take a look at this first one. This is a friend of mine, Lori Tibbetts. She created this one and I stole some ideas from her, and she actually used my help for some things too. So if we take a look here across the top, home, about me, education and certification. So she changed it a little bit. Experience tab, projects tab, community tab, resources tab, guestbook tab. Lots of stuff. She has a search bar and she has a login thing. But is anyone really going to log into this? Probably not. And that's actually removable. You can take this away. And I'll show you guys how to do that. But the thing I want you to look for here is her guest book. So we're going to go to that in a second. But if you look down here, her tile menu is moving. So you can add GIFs. So she just downloaded these off Google. And you can customize what goes on your tabs, the image that goes there. Okay. The one thing I would say she needs to be cautious about, like right here, you can see about me really well. It's like dark color on light blue. This you can see okay. This one kind of hard to see when there's dark colors behind it. This one hard to see the green behind it, and this one's hard to see as well. Keep that in mind. Like you want it to look nice, right? What else did she add? She added images that are hyperlinked. So her LinkedIn, direct email to her Trailhead profile, her YouTube, scan that for her resume, or click to get a PDF. So she added a whole bunch of cool stuff there. All right, let's go to her guest book page. That's the only other one I want to show you guys on this one. So this is a form, and it's the web to lead functionality in Salesforce. So if you've ever done this and put it on your page, it does not look this nice. It looks like it's from the 1990s. If you just paste the Google or the Salesforce one they give you, the HTML in that is really ugly, honestly. And I helped her make it look nice like this. So that is something we're going to go over one of the other days. So it's kind of cool. If I filled something out here and click submit, it would actually create a lead in her dev org for her. So that's kind of cool. She came up with that idea. That's the first person I saw with that. If we go back, let's check out the second one. Sultani, he shared this on LinkedIn and with a lot of people. So I'm showing you his. His was the first like, wow, portfolio that I saw. His was really cool. The first time I saw it, he had a giant image in the back. Still had a picture of himself. Had an extra tab for projects. He still has the login and search. He added his certifications here, and experience button. Doesn't look like it is linked to a page. And then this one, it's kind of hard to see, right? So I would recommend keeping it this white color the whole time instead of only on hover. But he customized his images here, which is really cool. I think he just left the calendar on here. I don't know if he ever had anything there. Looks like it's a screenshot of his Trailhead, but he did add his links here. He didn't hyperlink the text. He just put his links there, which is another way to do it. But I thought his projects tab was pretty cool. So all these are screenshots, giant screenshots. He made an election app. And this is just one giant screenshot or a couple different screenshots put together in a rich text. And then he kind of wrote about what he used to build that. He has the Superbadges down here. Again, just rich text. Like this to me looks clickable, but it's not. I think these are just his 3 different apps he built. So if you click this tab though, we can add tabs to our page. Here's his job search app he created, and it's just a giant screenshot, a couple screenshots put together, skills he used. And then he created a pizza app where you can order pizzas in Salesforce. So that's kind of cool. I just liked how he demonstrated his knowledge here. So that one's really cool. This one, again, the worst one. This one's mine. And I really should unpublish it because there's some things that don't work. This is outdated. This is when I had 4 certs, but this is a LinkedIn banner I created on Canva. And I used Lori's idea of putting GIFs here on these tabs. And you can remove the background from them, or maybe I specifically searched GIFs without a background or something like that. But if you notice at the top, look, no search bar, no login. That stuff can be removed. This here is a rich text area. I just added an image, and I took her Lori's guestbook idea and kind of put it here just to test it out. And most of it is working right. I had trouble getting the long text areas to work correctly when it looks nice like this. And then my ugly looking links down here, and then nothing else special about mine. All right, this one is Lori Scott. Hers is kind of like a simple one. Like She's added some customizations to it, but not a ton. But it's a good one to show you. Like, you guys can make this in one day. You could easily do something like this. She just has quick links, her header image, added some images here to her tiles. She did have a contact me where I helped her as well with the web to lead to help make it look nice. And when we go over this next week, you'll see how ugly it is if you don't do that. And I'll give you guys the code to make it look nice. Recent projects. So she did some projects and she embedded a YouTube video here. Kind of cool to do that. And you can see all this cool stuff she customized. And she did change the colors, it looks like, on her page. It looks a little bit different than the standard. All right. This one is pretty amazing. This is one page and it's one rich content editor component. That is it. And she bought this domain, Salesforce Anna, and it redirects to her her portfolio. As you can see, it's not Salesforce Anna anymore. So all she has is a home page. Everything is on this one page, so people don't have to click around, go through everything to see all the different stuff she has. She does have a link here to straight email her, it looks like. And a lot of text here, some hyperlinks to different things. And then she went crazy. She's 6 times certified in like 100 days. So she is very good at taking those tests. Superbadges, again, all it is screenshots into a rich content editor. Again, she's the one who told me to host on Google. So these are probably all hosted on Google Drive. And then she's embedding them here on her one page. And then she embedded some YouTube videos as well. All right, let's see. Last thing we probably need to do, go to the 4th challenge. It should be published by now. Click verify, step, get your badge. That's important. All right,